The best salespeople in the world are the ones who do it without you even noticing. Everyone's a salesperson, especially if you're an entrepreneur. In the I'm Not Salesy podcast, join me, Cassie McKenzie, and my fabulous guests as we dive into the top strategies, mindset, and energetics around sales and money so that you can hear more, yes, I'm in, instead of crickets or getting ghosted. So if you're ready to fully book out your programs with aligned AF clients and have people chasing you down in your inbox, asking how to work with you, then subscribe to this podcast today and become not salesy too. Welcome back for another episode of season 2 of the I'm Not Salesy podcast. Actually, I guess we would call this season 2 of the I'm Not Salesy podcast. And this happens to be, oh my God, it's going to be such a vibe because a lot is changing behind the scenes and a lot is being called to rise. There's uncharted territory to go to. And this is all happening in 2024. So, speaking of uncharted territory, this is a phrase that keeps coming up for me in so many different ways over the last week. And I actually have been doing some podcast interviews to feature amazing 7-figure leaders in the online space on the I'm Not Salesy podcast. And the reason I want to do this is because I feel like in 2024, we are being called to go bigger than ever, to ask for more, to continue to rise, and to actually commit to serving at a higher level and experiencing like more and more satisfaction in your online business, more and more super aligned clients and experiences that really make you excited to get out of bed every day and excited to work on your business and serve your clients. Because what I started to notice in 2023 is I was working with some clients who had um they were having an issue with getting other clients to show up for themselves. They weren't really lit up by their businesses. They weren't really like there wasn't, how do I put this? Like there wasn't like a lot of continuity in the excitement and the energy flow because of just not knowing what the next step was going to be. Okay. Not having security in the business. And when they came to me, they would want to, let me fix this. When they came to me, they wanted to create these massive, like impact driven businesses that served clients in exactly the with the exact intention that they set out. For example, if they were excited about creating a business where their clients were going to be healed at a very deep level, they'd be like wildly changing their lives, finding new partners, healing their body, being able to walk normally again, being able to like not have to lay down on the bed to zip up your pants, not just avoiding divorces, but creating these long-term partnerships, and serving as an example for their kids. Like I'm talking about the types of clients that my clients wanted to work with. Here, say hi to Luna. Luna's coming in and saying hi. For those of you on the video, come here, Luna. Come say hi. Look, this is the I'm Not Salesy podcast. This is the mascot. Hi, Luna. I know. We gotta I'm filming a podcast here, Luna. I mean, geez. I did not do anything with your tennis ball. I did not. Nothing at all. Okay. Back to the topic at hand. So, in other words, what I was talking about before was the clients I was working with in 2023 were a lot of newbies, right? Like a lot of people who were new with starting their businesses. And then I started to transition into helping you sell in the DMs and create, 10K months. Like I see this as, starting your business, getting those foundations down, deciding who you want to work with, what's your purpose, where are you going with this? And then now I'm being called to help people who are a little bit further along, having those foundations down, and now looking for scaling your business and refining your business, refining your messages, like sales messaging, refining your ideal client. Because I'm especially, I'm like so excited about this that I'm like tripping over my words. Can you tell? But I'm especially focused on the clients, the end user, the people who you are really helping at the end of the day, the one who is forking over money and time to create this unparalleled reality that they're moving towards, right? This vision, these visionaries that you're working with, these people who are change makers, are who want to see a difference in their lives from day to day, right? And so since a lot of the gosh, like I feel like the impact always starts with the end user. When I was a pharmaceutical rep for 20 years, the person who I focused on the most was the patient who would end up using my product, whose life would be changed, whether it was helping them to avoid an unnecessary biopsy through the laboratory testing that I was selling, or um, increasing their energy and overall quality of life through a pharmaceutical that helped build up red blood cells so that they weren't anemic. Chemotherapies that I sold that actually helped shrink tumors so that they could be surgically removed or eradicated completely, and so that people could live longer and experience more, more life with their family and life here on earth, right? And so I could never sit there and focus on the bonus money or the or focus on the metrics. What that isn't what's motivating to me. What's motivating to me is actually seeing the end user, which I mean, as a pharmaceutical thing, like a lot of times you don't end up seeing that, but you hear the stories because, of patient privacy and all of that jazz. But you hear the stories and you're able to hear like the follow-up from nurses about how people are doing on your product. And I just remember being so lit up by hearing the stories of someone's life being completely different. After using my products, having the ability to sit up in the car as they drive down the road versus having to lay in the back seat because they're so sick and in such pain. And when we disconnect online from the end user and the client who's going to benefit from the work that you're doing, then this is this is really what disconnects you from your message, from your offers, from your business, and it becomes about the money, which is not going to satisfy you. Because if you're a high achieving person like me, and you're always striving for more, you're always striving to be better, to go from good to excellent, or from great to extraordinary, or like I never could settle for being just okay, unless there was a secondary benefit to that. And I will admit, there have been so many times in my online business where the time with my kids as they're growing up was worth more than making a few extra dollars, and where I couldn't prioritize money because I was prioritizing the physical time I was getting playing with my kids, taking them to Universal, taking them to see the grandparents in South Africa, like being able to have the money and resources to experience these things is important, right? But really, what is the experience going to mean to you from the experience that you're having, as well as your clients are having, and that ripple effect that your work creates? And so, for that reason, I'm feeling called to help business owners that are in those next stages of business where you have a couple of clients, or you have maybe even a full mastermind, or you're making 10K months, and you're ready to expand and feel that expansion and feel like what it's like to hold more and to reach for more and to live on that edge of creating more and making an even bigger vision. So visionaries and And thought leaders, like if you want to become a thought leader online instead of just a baby coach or a baby business owner, and you're ready to have a multiple six-figure and into seven-figure business and sell your way into that with really clear marketing and strategy and sales strategy, that's high level sales strategy, but easy to implement, right? High level sales strategy doesn't have to be hard. I mean, I was doing very high level sales at the age of 23, and all I was a waitress prior to that. But you don't have to like, I'm all of a fan of simple. I don't like cutting corners, but I also don't like doing unnecessary bullshit to make a sale. And I really feel like when it all comes down to your relationships, it comes down to what how well you want to get to know your clients, your prospective clients, your audience, your community, the people who are in your programs, the people surrounding you, the ones who are your quote unquote competitors. Like, how much are you willing to allow your focus to go into that versus allow your focus to go into the dollar month? Because if you focus on the relationships and the clients and how you can create an amazing client experience, and that all gets tied into your vision, then you'll start calling in dream clients. You'll be able to raise your prices and not worry about whether people are going to buy, because you'll be a match for that. So this is really where the focus of this podcast is going. I'm telling you all of that to tell you this, that in this season of the I'm Not Salesy podcast, we're moving beyond just feeling salesy on a sales call and more into the vibe of there's no danger of being salesy when you are when you when you are creating, excuse me, a higher tier customer experience, from the messaging that you're using to call them in to the moment they join your programs and and actually when they're finishing your program and signing on for more. All right? Because if you are always reaching for more and you're always available for more, then guess what? You are going to be an energetic match for other people who are always reaching for more and who are looking to you as you grow and as you take, link arms with them to go on this journey as a visionary, and you serve as their like the leader of leaders, right? The visionary of visionaries, to be able to cast that vision for them to see what's possible for them to go to. Because let me tell you, your brain is limiting you even right now as to what's possible for you in your business. And you are capable of things that you can't even comprehend that exist right now. Because if you think $10,000 months is a lot, imagine sitting next to somebody who makes $10 million a month and you're telling them that you made 10,000. You'd probably feel like, me when my daughter comes up and says, "Look, I found 10 cents." And we celebrate that. Of course, we celebrate that. Um, right? But for me, I'm like, "Oh, well, that's cool. Good for you." Like, I just had a 3K day, like, wonderful. Good for you. You made 10 cents. That's beautiful. I love it. But as far as like looking at it from, you know, from a what is it, perspective, like a shift in perspective, right? This is where I want to serve as the visionary for you and help you grow into these 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K months with aligned strategies around your messaging, your clients that you call in, the energetics around what you're available for and what you are opening yourself and expanding yourself into, the embodiment of the type of leader you want to be, and how you're going to be this visionary to really build an iconic business. I feel like we are going beyond just a baby coaching business, and we're going beyond just standing out from the crowd. We are going into you being one where you literally stand in a different bucket from the rest of the world, right? Where people think of, oh, yeah, there's so and so and so and so, but then there's this person over here, and she's the one you want to go listen to. This is all like you get to that iconic business from creating an exceptional client experience from A to Z, which starts with you having the right sales and marketing refinements done so that you stand out as like a specialist and you stand out as a thought leader and an expert and a leader of leaders. So this is going to be the vibe of the I'm Not Salesy podcast coming this year in 2024. And if you are currently an entrepreneur who is dead set on having $1 million business one day, and right now you're reaching for those 15 to 50K months, then this is going to be the space for you, because we're going to be talking higher level sales strategy that's simple to implement, the way to market yourself online so that you are really speaking and calling into more higher level soulmate clients as opposed to just anybody who has a MasterCard, and really being creating these spaces online and in your offers where you make it irresistible and you become irreplaceable, and that people have no other option but to continue to sign on for you because they're enjoying working with you and they want to go on this journey with you. So if you want to come on this journey with me, then come along. You are invited. Consider this your invitation. And I can't wait to see what we talk about this year. It's going to be amazing. I have some kick-ass guests that have already recorded podcast episodes that I'm bringing on the podcast this year. And we're going to be kicking off next week with Jenna Faye Madden, who is a 7-figure business owner. And our conversation could have gone on for like 3 hours. It was so full of just amazing wisdom and golden nuggets that you're going to be able to take from it. So stay tuned. Tell all your friends about the podcast. Share this with your friends. If you've got other friends who are in that, 5 to 10K range, ready to explode and blow up your business in 2024, and you are ready to do it in a way that not just creates short-term cash, but builds this long-term, stable, sustainable, legacy, iconic business for you. I will see you next week, and ciao. If you loved this episode of I'm Not Salesy, then go ahead and hit subscribe so that you're notified of the next episode. And also leave a 5-star rating and a review. And if you send it to the link in the show notes, we will send you a present in return. We also love to feature reviews on the podcast as well. So we'd love to feature yours. So go ahead and send a screenshot to the inbox and come find me on social media. I love hearing what you're up to and how you're becoming not salesy too. I'll see you in the next episode.